Greetings viewers, my name is Ian Lowe, also known as 1998 Monroe NY Colonial on Instagram. It's been a while since I made any videos. Pardon me for not doing so in a long time. I haven't found anything interesting to talk about. But today I want to talk about the coronavirus, and I want to talk about some of my thoughts and things that could have been done better to slow and stop this virus from becoming a pandemic all across the globe, especially here in the U.S. where I live. I live here in New York, and the state that I live in has been under tight restrictions and was hit the hardest. So the economy hasn't reopened yet like other states, but we are getting there pretty soon. And based on what I think about the coronavirus is that it could have been stopped early if we would have known the potential dangers about it. Because if we would have just shut off all international travel here in the United States, then I think we would have had a chance to be able to fight this disease during this crisis, and it wouldn't have ended in all the business and school shutdowns all across the country and crashing the economy. That's what I think. And with regard to this issue that I just brought up, they also could have maybe just suspended all cruises as well, or for that matter, even if it wasn't for suspending all international flights and cruises, and they could have just suspended all travel, including the domestic flights between the states here in this country, and then I think we would have had a better chance in winning and defeating this crisis. Well, that's what I think, and this is what it is. What are you gonna do? I mean, we just have to do our best to make the best of these situations right now. And we just have to practice social distancing, like they've been saying. Keep at least 6 feet or more apart away from people, especially for people that you don't know. I mean, unless you're around the people that you know well that aren't sick. I mean, other than that, I mean, just you have to practice social distancing. Of course, we just have to stay sanitized, stay safe, stay inside if you don't have to go out. Unless if you're going out to a not so crowded area where social distancing isn't really an issue, then I mean, you can just leave it at that. I mean, there's a lot of regulations that they put into play just to slow down the spread of the virus. And it's pretty effective if people just keep taking these matters seriously and just not letting their guard down or anybody down, then it'd be all good. Now, the virus originated from Wuhan, China. Either the people were doing studies of the virus and it escaped by accident, or the people may have actually planned this attack to attack the whole world and to just wipe out the population all across the globe and in every country. Could be either those two. Either it was intentional or it was negligent. Where if they were doing tests on this disease and these studies on it, and if it escaped the lab, then they could have just informed the whole world. And if they would have just informed everybody all across the world, then we could have taken action sooner. And like I said, of course, either all international travel or all domestic and international travel could have been suspended, and schools and businesses wouldn't have to be closed for so long, especially for schools that have to be closed for the rest of the school year until next year, which sucks, but it is what it is. And based on what I think about the Chinese people is that a lot of those people, they don't seem to care. They're very, very lazy and defiant, stubborn, and just stuck in their own ways, and very arrogant, greedy, if you want to put it that way too. And with the way that they either started this disease intentional or did it negligently with that, and not warn anybody about this disease escaping and potentially killing people. I think their idea was to their mentality is probably to make people poor, because the whole country itself is poor, and they want other people to look poor just like them, and they want other people to be unhappy too, being that they're unhappy. And I know also one of the things I didn't mention, other than social distancing, staying home if you don't have to go out, and just complying with the regulations. One of those that I didn't mention was about wearing masks. Now in New York and certain states you have to wear masks if social distancing isn't possible. Although at the same time it's very inconvenient to wear masks. It can be hard to breathe depending on what mask you wear, and besides that, I mean, it's just pathetic. And I remember going back over a decade ago when I used to go to Hong Kong every couple of years or so. I remember sometimes seeing certain people wear masks there, either from the SARS or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but they probably have a lot of air pollution and air and environmental pollution, and maybe that could be the reason why, or maybe people were sick. I don't know. But Hong Kong used to be a part of England before they broke apart in 1997, where Hong Kong went back to being owned by China. And Hong Kong also isn't the greatest country either, just like China, but at the same time they're a little bit better than the people on mainland China. That's just my opinion. And going back to what I was saying about wearing masks, and how the Chinese people, they just want people to be poor and unhappy just like them all across the globe. They want other people to also be poor in the manner that they want people to wear masks, which, like I said, is completely pathetic, and that's just freaking ridiculous. But that's what I think. And just like in the song "Times Like These" by Foo Fighters, there are lyrics that go, "It's times like these to learn to live again. It's times like these to give and give again. And it's times like these to learn to love again." And that's those lyrics in that song easily represents that. It's times like these where we just have to learn how to rebuild ourselves, learn from our lessons and other people's lessons, not to do what people did, and just become better people. And I think part of the reason why this disease happened is this disease happening and then people not being prepared for it is because obviously there's always going to be weaknesses that we don't really know too much about, or that's simply, put it this way, that we simply aren't aware of. And like in the Incubus lyrics from the song "Dig," we all have a weakness. Some of ours are easy to identify. It simply represents that we're all going to have weaknesses that are easy, some of them that are easy to identify, figure out, and those that aren't very easy to figure out. And we just have to, every time there's anything that we don't know about ourselves, then we just have to look into it deeply and think of solutions to become better and stronger people. And with regard to everything that's happened across the globe, I'm not happy, just like what President Trump's been saying, and just like what other people have been saying as well. And to be honest, I think we should also have stricter immigration policies put into place. I remember seeing a video online from, I think, YouTube, where Charlie Kirk said that he thinks that there should be stricter immigration policies, and that we should have just shut off our borders if we knew such a contagious disease was happening, in order to prevent people from getting sick and people from dying. And with regard to what he said, I agree with Charlie. I think he's right about that. I'm also not happy, just like with Donald Trump. And based on what I think about Donald Trump, I think he's an okay president. I mean, there are certain things that he's not great when it comes to doing, but at the same time, I think he's better than some of the other presidents that we had, especially if we talk about President Obama. Well, that's just my opinion, and I'm not going to tell you who I voted for. I did vote in the 2016 election almost 4 years ago, but I want to keep it personal based on who I voted for in the political status, based on what I believe in. But yeah. Anyway, if you have any suggestions, anything that you want to say, then you can just leave a comment in the comment section below. If there's things that you're not sure about and you want to give it a try, like they've also said out there, such as blood testing and checking to see if the warmer weather will have an effect on this disease. I mean, you can try that as well. I mean, I know people have said, there have been rumors going around saying that the warmer weather could stop or slow the spread of this virus, and of course, obviously, we don't know yet. So if anybody wants to give it a try, see if it is effective, you can give it a try. You never know. But like I said, if you want to leave any comments or any questions, you can just leave in the comment section below. And if you wish to follow me, connect with me socially, you can connect with me on Instagram at 1998 Monroe NY Colonial, and you can send me a message if you wish to do so. And I think that's it. Oh, and also, if you want to see that video based on what Charlie Kirk said about the strict immigration, how we should have stricter immigration, I'll put a link in the description. I'll also put a link in the description of Donald Trump saying that he's not happy, and based on things that he thinks about China and doing what's best for this country and what's best to help other countries as well. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully I'll be making more videos soon whenever I think of something. But anyway, for now, you take care, and I'll see y'all soon. Later.